Hello students, hope you are all fine. In the previous session we discussed about kinetic energy. In today's class we shall discuss about potential energy. So before going to that potential energy, before going to this potential energy, let us discuss some examples. Now for this you need to take a bow. Let us say this is the bow. Keep the arrow on the bow. Gently pull the arrow and release it. You will see that the bow falls down. In the second case, what you do is stretch the bow to a greater distance and release it. You will see that the arrow flies straight into the air. What is the difference between the two cases? In the first case, we have applied negligible force. So we have done negligible work on the string. Because of it, it gains negligible energy. Because of that energy, the arrow has fallen down. In the next case, we have done considerable amount of work on the bow. That is, we have stretched the string to a greater distance. That is, we are applying force and we are moving it to some distance. So we are doing greater work on the bow. So when greater work on the bow is done, you will see that the arrow flies in the air with much speed. So here, in the second case, the bow has attained much potential energy compared to the first case. In the first case, the position of the string was changed to some extent. In the second case, we have changed the position of the string to greater extent, so that the arrow flew into the air with much speed. So this is about the potential energy. Potential energy in case 2 is greater than potential energy in case 1. That is the reason why the arrow could fly in the air. Now let us discuss some more examples of potential energy. Let us say you have a thick wet sand. Take a metal ball and drop it from different heights. Let us say you are dropping it from 25 cm at a height of 25 centimeters. Increase the height to 1.5 meters and observe. From 25 centimeters, you increase the height to 1.5 meters and observe. What do you observe? The greater the height, the greater will be the depth that it goes into the mud. So this shows that objects having certain position and certain height, they have some energy. This kind of energy is called potential energy. Similarly, when you are driving the nail into a plank, let us say you have a nail, this is the plank, you are making use of a hammer. You are making use of a hammer. Now, when you are hitting the nail with the hammer, you have to raise the hammer to greater height so that the nail goes into the plank. If you just hit it like this, it doesn't go into the plank, but you have to lift it to a greater height, then the nail will go into the plank. So this shows that greater is the height that you have raised, greater will be the potential energy. Now let us discuss the formula for potential energy. Now let us say you are raising a ball from the ground to certain height. When you are raising this ball from ground to certain height, you have to apply a minimum force equal to the gravitational force. So the force applied on this ball is mg, and you are raising it to certain height. So the distance here is h. Now we know that potential energy is equal to work done, that is equal to F into S. The force that we have applied is mg, the height is this, distance to which it moved is h. So potential energy is mgh. This potential energy is called gravitational potential energy because the force that is acting here is gravitational force. The formula for gravitational potential energy is mgh, where m stands for mass, g stands for gravity, h stands for height. It depends, since g is constant, potential energy depends upon mass and height of the body. So, the energy possessed by a body due to its height or position, this kind of energy is called potential energy. Let us discuss some problems based on potential energy. A block of 2 kg is lifted up through 2 meters from the ground. A block of 2 kgs, that means mass is equal to 2 kgs. It is lifted up to a height of 2 meters from the ground. So, h is equal to 2 meters. Calculate the potential energy if g is equal to 9.8. G is equal to 9.8 meters per second square. Now, potential energy formula is equal to mgh. So, that is 2 into 9.8 into 2, that is 4 into 9.8, which will give you 39.2 joules. So, this 39.2 is the work done on the ball. The potential energy of that ball is equal to 39.2 joules. So, that is about the potential energy. You can do the next problem. Next problem is similar to this. Our next concept is about mechanical energy. Mechanical energy is nothing but it is a sum of potential energy and kinetic energy. Mechanical energy, ME, the sum of potential energy and kinetic energy. When the aeroplane is at rest on the ground, it has no potential energy and no kinetic energy. When the same aeroplane is flying above, it has both potential energy due to its height and kinetic energy. So, the sum of potential energy and kinetic energy is called mechanical energy. That is all for today's class, children. We shall continue in the next class.